What's up everyone, John L here. We have another Crash of the Titans. This one is against kind of a rarity. It's 3-star Human Torch. There's only a few Crash of the Titans against 3 stars. Most of them are against 4s, a couple of them are against 5s. This one is against a 3. He's pumped up to level 270, so it's a little bit more than you can actually realistically get a 3-star up to, which is kind of cool. We'll be taking him on with Thing, so it's a kind of Fantastic Four themed battle. So let's take a look at the two characters. I think this is kind of like a little bit of a combination of the past two Crash of the Titans that we've had. The Professor X versus Elektra, and the Cyclops versus Hulkbuster. And the way that I mean that is, Thing has a bunch of colors, excuse me, that cover, or that are covered by Human Torch. So they share the same colors. They share the red, they share the green. The way it's kind of like the Professor X match is that Thing has a power that's just not going to be involved in the match at all. So the Thing that I have is Champed. It's 285. He's a pretty stout character in regards to HP. They've given him 18,971 at 285. He's still going to be more than the average 4-star character just because he's kind of built to be a, tough tank type dude. So he is a red, yellow, green. And let's take a look at his powers. So his first power is Clobberin' Time. It's red and it's a 10. The Thing's Rocky Fist clobbers whatever Palooka's dumb enough to fight him right in the kisser. Deals 2,086 damage and stuns the target for 1 turn. That's at 3 covers. At 5 covers, the damage is up to 5215 and 2 turns, so a little bit more than double, so about 150% times the damage. The nice part is you get a 2-turn stun at the 5 cover level. His second power is yellow. It's not really. It's a passive. The ever-loving blue-eyed Thing steps up to protect his friends and family. If an ally with less health than Thing would take 1738 or more damage, the Thing moves to the front and creates 3 strength 309 yellow projectiles. At 5 covers, the ally has to take less damage, and you create 5 stronger projectiles. So unfortunately, of course, with a one-on-one Crash of the Titans fight, there's no allies, so Rock Solid isn't going to be a factor at all. Which is kind of a shame because it's kind of a nice ability. It really does step in and shield you from a lot of damage, but again, not going to be a factor here. His other power is green. It's Yancey Street Special. It's 12. So it's a little bit expensive, as I always say. The Thing wallops his target so hard they go crashing through the battlefield, deals 2,260 damage and destroys 13 tiles in a diamond-shaped pattern on the game board. Destroyed tiles do not deal damage or generate AP. At 5 covers is 6510, and it's a 4x4 block. So unfortunately, Yancey Street Special is kind of one of these not fantastic powers that destroys tiles, doesn't award you AP, and doesn't deal damage. That's kind of a shame. 6510 for a 12 AP costing power is actually pretty low in my opinion. Obviously, we've seen more recent characters who deal a lot more damage for either the same or less cost. So what do we have with Thing? We have basically 2 powers. They overlap with Human Torch, but they're both kind of expensive, so we're going to be wanting to pick up a lot of red, pick up a lot of green. Again, if you have a weak Thing, you're going to want to be boosting in red and green for your damage to get that extra damage going. You're going to want to also be boosting in red and green for AP, just to get going a little bit on Yancey Street Special and Clobberin' Time. So let's take a look at Human Torch. I'm going to go into this fight without boosting. It actually may be a toss-up. I think a lot of this match is going to factor in on keep away. because again, since you're sharing 2 colors with Human Torch, every bit of red and green that you can get is a bit of red and green that he's not getting. So let's take a look at Human Torch and see what his powers are, see what we need to kind of be aware of. So he is a red, black, green. And his first power is Fireball, so it's 8 AP, which is a little bit deceptive. Johnny hurls a fistful of flame, torching the opponent, deals 4,207 damage, and blisters the battlefield, destroying 2 red tiles. So what that means is that he actually gets 2 AP in red every time he casts this. So the first time he casts it, it's going to cost 8 AP, and then every consecutive time it's essentially going to cost 6 AP, unless someone steals it, basically, because you're going to be generating 2 red AP every time. So this is actually a really cheap power for him to do. So you really want to make sure to stay on top of the red, because otherwise, yeah, 3 or 4 fireballs and you're pretty much done with the match. His second power, Inferno, 10 AP, eager to impress, the Human Torch erupts in flames, scorching the opponent but disrupting his team. Converts up to 8 basic tiles into attack tiles that deal 281 damage each turn, and depletes the team's blue, purple, and yellow AP for 30%. So it's kind of hilarious because obviously that has no effect on him and no effect on the team or anything. Blue, purple, and yellow are the colors that he's not using, so that's kind of irrelevant. This power is just all good for Human Torch. So for black, he's going to throw out 8 basic, he's going to convert 8 basic tiles into 281 damage attack tiles. So basically, if he can hit on basic tiles for each of these, that's about 2,000 plus extra damage. So you kind of want to watch out for this, because if he does get it out and you don't kind of manage the attack tiles, then it could start whittling you down pretty okay. The last one that he has is Flame Jet. It's 5 AP, so that's pretty cheap. Human Torch channels a deadly stream of flaming plasma, creates a green repeater tile that activates every turn, dealing 335 damage for every green AP the team has, max 3,000, and tiles cost 1 green AP each turn. If you can keep him low in green, this really isn't all that bad, because sometimes Human Torch will just throw this out as soon as he has 5, or if he has 6. If you can just make sure to not let him get a whole bunch of green, it's really not so bad. You kind of have to pay attention to Flame Jet. If he does get like 20, or, well, generally he won't get 20, because the computer, I think, tends to throw out Flame Jet pretty much as soon as it can throw out Flame Jet. You could be in trouble, though, if he gets like a lot of green in some kind of cascade or chain or something like that. The other thing with Flame Jet is, every so often the computer gets a little bit stupid and it'll throw out multiple Flame Jets. So you can do that, and it will hit for double, but if, you know, you have 2 Flame Jets and no green, then he's not going to be doing any damage to you. So Flame Jet could cause a lot of damage, could not cause a lot of damage. If anything, I would say really watch out for red, and really try to kind of block him on black, and kind of green as well. So anyways, let's just see how this fight goes. And I think Keep Away is probably the best strategy for this match, just because Keep Away benefits you as well. Alright, so we got like a nice big chain of stuff right there. So Human Torch doesn't have a ton of HP, which is nice, but he still has enough to be competitive, so he's not a weakling or anything. Alright, let's see what we can do. Let's make this 4 match and take out some of these red. He's gonna get a red right there. Okie dokie, what do we got? So I'm just going to try to not make any matches for him, if I can. And maybe capitalize on some red. So he threw out Flame Jet, and he has 5, so this is going to kind of suck a little bit. And he's getting really close to his black. And I am kind of not there in anything. See if we can bait him into, like... Alright, so... he's probably going to throw out... his own... or he's going to throw out black. This is not great. Let's see. Maybe we can catch a red. Alright, so that wasn't bad. Okay, we can get some red here. His black power ended up landing on a whole bunch of team-up tiles, so we're not in a terrible spot. Let's go ahead and use Clobbering Time. That'll do a significant amount of damage. Let's see, he's stunned for 2 turns. Let's take out one of these attack tiles. And we'll go ahead and take out some green. So we're getting hit with attack tiles, and this repeat... actually, the repeater tile doesn't fire when he's stunned, apparently, so that's kind of a cool thing. He has enough... no, he doesn't have enough to hit us with. No, now he does. Hooray. Alright. We're not doing really great here. But, looks like we might have a couple 5s. What do we want to do with this? Alright, so we got a little bit lucky right there. Let's do this yellow to get rid of black. Oh my god. Alright, we're dead. Is there any way that we can possibly win this? No. Oh, god, he gets a 5. Oh, there's that. Alright, that was kind of a lousy board. Like, we didn't get a lot of red, and we got a lot of chains. Revive him, get going. See, that's the drawback with this fight, it's just, he doesn't do a lot of damage, and his powers just cost a lot, so it really kind of is an advantage for Human Torch, because his powers are actually really cheap, and he has a whole bunch of powers that... come on. Throw out attack tiles and do a bunch of damage. This looks like it's going to be a way easier fight. So oddly enough, I should have made a match with that. Oddly enough, I want to say that I do notice a trend that whenever I use health packs, I always kind of get a more favorable fight later on. I just kind of wanted to know if you guys think that's a thing. Like, I'll have like a lousy board, as soon as I use a health pack, the next match will just be like so much better. Alright, so he's kind of getting rolling a little bit. Is there anything we can do? Can break up this 4. Ugh. So I just need green or red, basically, to win this match. Let's see if that happens. Yep, alright. And there we go. See, it's really luck of the draw, too. I mean, you start strong, and you can just roll over the enemy like that in that fight, or else it could be the first attempt where, you know, the board pretty much just goes to the computer. So anyways, yeah, just, you know, limit red, definitely. Try to slow him down with green, and, you know, hopefully if he does black, there's a bunch of team up tiles that'll kind of shut that down a little bit. So let's go ahead and see if we luck out on anything. Nope. What do we got? A rogue. Okay, cool. Alright. Well, anyways, hopefully you guys have some good luck with your Thing versus Human Torch fight. Hopefully you guys pull a sweet 5 when you open your latest Legends. If you found this entertaining and helpful, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.